So a few of you have asked me to show you how I strangle myself with a guitar, and I thought I would show you how I write songs. I did another one with my song "My Sunshine," a song I wrote about my girl Zoe, my dog Zoe. But this is a song I've had tossing around in my head for years, and it's called "Sunday Driver." And it's a song I thought of like 20 years ago because when I lived in Arizona, everybody drove. We all drove. I drove fast. Everybody drove well past the speed limit. The surface streets were 45 miles an hour and everyone was doing 65. And on the highways, it was 75 in the straightaways and the wide open areas. And if anybody was doing slower than 90, you were going too slow. So I'd get behind these people on the surface streets when I was on the way to work, and they were driving like it was 50 miles an hour. They were Sunday drivers out for a drive on a Friday night. And a Sunday driver is just basically slang term referring to someone who drives very slowly on the road, hesitantly. They're cluelessly driving around the road. If they're out for a leisurely Sunday drive with no real destination or urgency. So it's often used as a negative way of, especially for impatient drivers like myself, stuck behind them. You know, come on, move it. What is this? A Sunday driver convention? It's that kind of thing. And a lot of times in Arizona, it was elderly people because in the winter, all the elderly people or the quote snowbirds unquote would move to Arizona. They had a rental property or they had a house they owned and they'd move out there in their Lincolns and their Pontiacs and their Cadillacs and they'd drive real slow around. So this is me making fun of the Sunday drivers, the snowbirds that are out in Arizona. And I had this idea for the song and I've never really worked on it until recently. I wanted to start working on it. So I thought I'd show you what I do. Now, I usually start with my acoustic guitar. Now, if you look on the screen here, I've already started working on this. And when you go in here into GarageBand, the first track I create is the drums. I usually try to drag the drums down here at the bottom. And I build on top of it. So drums, bass, and then I put in a scratch track. This is my scratch track, just my vocal and acoustic guitar. Now, scratch track is just me going bum, 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 singing. It doesn't have to be real precise. It doesn't have to be real tight. And what I love about GarageBand is its simplicity. It's very simple, very straightforward. And the drum parts, there's a drummer, a digital AI drummer that plays along with you. And it doesn't matter what you play, it'll come up with a groove similar to what you're playing. It doesn't necessarily follow you, but when you cut, like if you cut, take the cursor and cut at the beginning of the fourth bar of 4, it'll put in a fill for you, so it sounds more natural. So this is a song, this is just my rough track. This is just what's called a scratch track. This is what I use in my Sketchpad to write the songs. And I've come up with this drummer. The drummer is 60s songwriter. And the song opens with chorus. But I'm going to have a solo guitar part at the very beginning, and it's going to play. The intro is going to be an 8-bar intro, and then it's going to cut to the chorus. And let me get my headphones on here because I can even hear what I'm See now here, here. Let me mute everything else. We'll mute these 3, and this is 8 bars of 4 here. And if you look up here, change this to beats and time. So it's doing. This is bar 9. This is the second set of 8 bars. First beat, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I go into the 4th bar, doesn't this drummer sounds pretty natural, pretty real? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, here. So if I do a cut, I go in here and highlight just this part and trim right there. I do Command T. It splits that part and it puts in a fill. So it sounds kind of, you can change it up really easy. And at the top here, you can put your arrangement in, and you can tell. I use it so I know where I'm at in the song while I'm recording. So I know this is an intro, I know this is a chorus, and this is the chorus continued. So I start off with a basic scratch track like that, and then I go and I build from it, and I'll just play chords and come up with stuff until I'm comfortable with the words that I've come up with. Now this is a 12-bar blues style song. It's just straightforward. It's an E. It's just an E, A, and B with a kind of like a So this is a 12-bar blues. So each section is 12 bars. The chorus is 12 bars and the verse is 12 bars. So if we go this is counts like this. One, do it right. And it goes into the verse. And the nice thing here is I can make notes in here, put all the lyrics right here in the recording. Put my lyrics here. So these are my lyrics so far. Put them in text edit. Save it. And then I'll copy and paste it and put it over here. Copy. There's a note section. You go up here to the right corner, notepad. There's Command V in a Mac. And these are my lyrics. Now, by the time you see this will already be copyrighted and released. So I want to show you how it works. So what I come up with here. This is what I come up with so far. Let me get my pick out here. So that's the basic rhythm track, and I'll put the basic track down with the acoustic guitar, and I'll come back later with my electric and pick an amplifier. I may have both acoustic and electric in here. It depends how I feel. Now, when I come up with this intro, I just play what I feel. You know, there's no notation, there's no staff and bars. I just play what I feel over this groove here. So this up here is just my rough idea what I think the intro could be. That's just my rough idea. So let's see what I can come up with here. That again. I just got to time it right. that sounded. It's not too. I ended it in the wrong spot. Too soon. I ended it too soon. How that sounded. Be tighter. How many times I do it? I can change it up. You just improvise and you figure out how it fit, how you like it. Nice if I played. You had some bends, you had some slides. Play around with it. Now it's easier to play in the electric, so when I come back and do it, it'll sound smoother once I nail down what I want to do. I'll fuck that up. Sound a little too much like George Harrison. Not right. Slide out there. Sounds all right. Then you save your work, constantly save your work, because all these software packages are known to crash every now and then, and you lose all your work. GarageBand auto saves. But if you have an auto saved or it hasn't saved, you'll lose everything and you'll forget all your ideas. So then I work on that, and then I've got to go back and work on like what structure do I want it to be? Do I want it to be? It starts off with a core intro. Then it goes into the chorus. The chorus goes for 12 bars, then a verse for 12 bars, and then I'm going to add another. Either add another verse. No, I don't want a bridge. It automatically determines based off of traditional song structure. When you click on the arrangement plus sign over here, it'll automatically determine based off the structure of traditional songs what should go next. I don't have a bridge in this song, it's just verse and chorus, so I'm just going to put verse again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So I do 2 verses, but it's only going to be 12 bars. So I got to cut some of this off because they automatically put everything in eight bars. But if I did a true 8 bars, it would be 16 bar blues. I guess you could do. So then I mess around with it. Like right now, do I like the sound of the drums? Because I can also come down here to the drummer section, and I can change the drums here within the track. So I want to take a second here to show you how I select the drummer to play along with my playing. And if you go up here to the top of the screen and you click on track, new track, you click on drummer. Songwriter, add a drummer that automatically plays along with your song. I always pick this. Hit create. It's the coolest thing. So this is the one I already had at the beginning of the song. We're going to mute that. But now it's put in a whole new, it's actually following what I've already put in. So you wonder what I put in here. So what it did is it put in a drummer, and it's following my cuts and my edits in the pre-existing files on here. It's using the Liverpool drums with a custom beat. So it gave me an intro. Look at this, what it did. It gave me an intro that's really cool, kind of like. See if I have unmute that. Wait, hold on a second here. Gotta get that riding bone, kind of like Radar Love. The riding symbol. You can see it some slides. Let me, I had this one track muted. I don't like that. I don't like the cha-cha. So you can change it. You can go in if you don't like what they put in there on the chorus. The verse, I'm sorry, I don't like what they put in the verse. I don't like that. So I wonder if that's custom. Try English Garden, see what English start. And then you can just change the style right down here in this menu. I don't like that. Try Mercy Tunnel. Try Mop Top. I like the Mop Top one. Let's see what number 9 is. I wonder if that's got reverse sounds in it or something. I don't know how that's number 9, but let's see what reel to reel is. See, try backbeat. See, on the chorus, I think I want more of want some ride in there or something. You can add things and take them out. So we'll go back to, what did I change this to? I changed this to backbeat. Go to backbeat in the verse. Try mop top again. I told you once and I told you twice, but you never listen to my advice. It's pretty neat how you can work with the drums. You can just, click, copy, paste, cut, and it also plays along with you as well. So you've got all kinds of options and variations you can do just right here on your computer. You can even do this on the more modern iPads. And you can sit there, you have a whole production studio, you have a whole band, and you don't have to worry about people showing up late. You don't have to worry about them being intoxicated. You just plug and play. It's so simple. It is so much fun. Now, if I want to play electric guitar and switch over from my scratch track and just the acoustic guitar, I go over here under the library and I can select electric guitar and bass. Let's see what kind of guitar I want here. We've got clean guitar, crunch guitar. And I usually go with Amazing Tweed. Let me see what that gives me. Now for this, I'm going to use my Taylor T5Z Classic. This is the electric guitar I use in most of my recordings these days. I have another guitar, but this is my favorite. Very versatile guitar. Is a nice, warm, even tone. And we'll see what this does for me here. Got to get it tuned up. So what I do next is I go over here and I select an amplifier. So I go over here, I selected Amazing Tweed, but I didn't really like Amazing Tweed. So what I did is I went over here and I was playing around and I found crunch guitar, and I found this thing called Practice Space. And the nice thing about each of these different amp simulators, these are amp simulators. You can go in, you can adjust your gain, you can adjust your tone, your drive, your phase rate, your feedback echo, your room, reverb, so on. It's like it sounds like this without the drive on. If I put drive on, so I thought I'd try to record it now with just this going on in here. So we'll see how it sounds as I record it with this amp. I'm just going to do the rhythm track, no singing, just, All right, let's go, baby. Too much. It's just too I think it's just too heavy sounding. Too big brute sound. I like a cleaner sound, so I'm gonna go with the cleaner sound. Cleaner sound, baby. like it. In the process, so I came up with this intro. So I added my liquid guitar amp. I picked the amp, chicken picking. Just it's got some echo, no echo, a little bit of reverb, no drive, no tremolo. And then I had the opening just kind of being lazy, where they're just kind of rolling into it, just getting prepared. The drummer's just getting tuned up, and I did that just by cutting up the drum track and adding different features into each drum, some with just cymbals, some with just hi-hats, some with the toms. Guess what I thought I'd do now is show you how I make the bass line for. This is my court copy of my Fender copy, court copy of a Fender bass, and I try to make up some bass lines here for the song. Alright everybody, we get here. everybody. Alright, everybody. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. Real straightforward 12-bar blues in E. It's really easy to play. And I just make it up. I'll play it over. This is real loose. I'll tighten it up and come back and fix it up for the final version. Now, of course, when you record a song, you've got to talk like a Beatle. You've got to talk like John Lennon, you know. Or George Harrison or Ringo. I'm Ringo Starr and I'm on drums here. So when I was a kid growing up, I remember hearing stories from rock stars, you know, like they'd say, well, we started off with this idea for this song, you know, and we walked into the studio and whoop-de-doo, we kicked off. And it had felt one way. By the time we finished it, it completely evolved into a different type of feel, you know? And that's kind of what happened with Sunday Driver. I started off, as you've seen in the previous recording of it, being more of a kind of an up-tempo, fast-paced song. Then one day I woke up and I was in the shower, bathing my beautiful naked body. And I woke up and I was like, you're a Sunday driver riding round on a Sunday night. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And it got this kind of a more funky, I guess I call it like a funky big band feel with kind of a shuffle. So I started off with it sounding like this. So it started off with this kind of like fake false intro, like the band's warming up, you know. And that was just me goofing around because I don't have any other band members. All right, everybody.
Sunday Driver, take 2001. Are you ready, baby?
Let it be.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're a Sunday Driver riding round on a Friday night. You're a Sunday Driver riding round on a Friday night.
So I kind of was like, it just really didn't feel natural. It didn't feel right. And then when I was in the shower, I was like, it doesn't really feel right, baby. So I went back into the studio, man. Into the studio, which is right here, just me and my guitars. And I said, you know, why don't we try the version I thought of in the shower? You know? And I came up with this. This is what the final version is that I recorded. And I redid the whole thing. So I kept the original version, the multi-track master. And I went into GarageBand and just opened up a new project and just started a whole new thing with new drums, new guitar, and everything. And it ended up sounding like this, my friends, you know? And I wanted to have a harmonica intro. How do I mute this baby? I wanted to have a harmonica intro. But I have a harmonica here, but it was a very small harmonica, and it didn't. I can fake it on the harmonica and do pretty good on it. But I'm not a harmonica player, so I decided to try to make the lead guitar opening, try to make it sound like a harmonica, and I think I did a pretty good job at that. I mean, listen to this intro. Listen to this intro. This is great. I think this sounds just like a harmonica. Now, this is a totally different feel. This is kind of more of a funky boom, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Kind of that big band bouncy feel.
Sunday driver riding round on a Friday night. You're a Sunday driver riding round on a Friday night. Get out of my way, I'm hitting every red light. Well, I honk my horn and I flash my lights.
The thing I love about it is I like the bass on this. I love the bass. Let me find my bass line here. We'll solo the bass so you can hear the bass. And I just like that. I like the fact that I came up with a whole different version. And this is what I stuck with. This is the one I sent off to the copyright office. They're both actually at the copyright office because I finished the other one and changed it. And I had to pay the additional $65 to recopyright the other one. So, but the whole thing ended up sounding pretty good, I think.
I honk my horn and I flash my lights. One move over, one move right. Well, I tried to pass that curve in the road, but I nearly died to get to where I wanna go. Making me late for my baby on this moonlit night. You're a Sunday driver riding round on a Friday night.
I just love how I made the guitar sound like a harmonica.
You're a Sunday driver riding
Yeah,
round.
I'm very proud of myself. I've got this echo in there. Hey, George, could you turn off the echo? Turn off the echo. Here's my solo on the new song.
You're a Sunday driver riding round on a Friday night. You're a Sunday driver riding round on a Friday night. Get out of my way, I'm hitting every red light. Well, I
So, and what I did also is I've got another version. But I take the original version and I tack it on the end of this version as a reprise. Kind of like, I got the idea from the Beatles, or I can't think of the name of the songs where they've done this and where it's like a false ending. All of a sudden they go off into a more upbeat tempo thing. I think it's more something that Paul McCartney did in Wings. So this is going to be Sunday Driver, the original version, tacked on to the end of the completed version as a false ending and a reprise. So it's more upbeat. It cuts into the old upbeat version.
every red light. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're a Sunday driver riding round on a Friday night. You wouldn't move right. Well,
And I just faded out.
Past that curve of the road, and I nearly died. Getting where I wanna go. You're making me late for my baby on this moonlit night. Sure, a Sunday driver riding round on a
I think it's
Friday
something,
night.
I know I've heard it on a couple things like,
You're a Sunday driver.
I think there's a song Paul McCartney did in 19, or it wasn't 19, baby, it was 2000s. Called Dance Tonight from 16 years ago. So it was like 2009. And he had this song called Dance Tonight, and in the music video, the song goes off into this jam thing like that. And also, they did it in Helter Skelter. The Beatles did it in Helter Skelter, things like that. So I was trying to create that kind of atmosphere with the song by creating the reprise and things like that. And I think they even had a reprise on Sgt. Pepper's, but that was a different mix. So that's how I write songs. I mean, it's a long process, and it's just like, you know, the famous people, the ones that have been established and pushed out in front of the public and in the limelight. We all do the same thing. You tinker with it and you play with it till you come up with a feel and a sound you think is a good sound. Of course, I don't have a producer sitting here saying, "Get out, P-Tub. That song really isn't that good. I don't think it should be the A side of your single." You know, I don't have the luxuries. That I'm not trying to get famous. Those days are done and over with. But you know, that's how I wrote this song. This is how I write songs. So let me know if you're a songwriter, how you write songs. If you're a solo artist like me, how you do it. Because I do this all by my lonesome usually. Occasionally I have somebody that I work with, but not very often anymore. I do it all by myself. Do lead guitar work, rhythm guitar work, do the drums, the bass, the vocals, the harmonies. And I like my loose, organic feel. So let me know what you think. That's how I do it, baby. Have a good day. Signing off. Hasta la vista, baby.